Come on, littles! Let's go! Come on, babies! Who's hungry? Oh, my. Oh, my goodness gracious. Hey, Millie, you're hungry too? Come on, babies! Hey, Trudy. Hi, birds. How are all the big birds? Hi, big birds. Hey, goats. Hi, Pig Trudy. Hi, babies. You are all hungry, right? Y'all want some snacks? Everybody ready for some snacks? Tat, you guys hungry? Annie, you guys hungry? Come on. I'm going to feed everybody. Come on, Ringers. Come on, sir. Oh, boy. Ringer's like, I'm starving. I'm so darn hungry. And if you can see there, the tater chip stopped halfway for a snack. They're like, we don't need to come running. We have our mama who gives us all the snack we need. All right, let's get some feed for everybody. Let's get some feed out for y'all. Well, morning, folks. Lester here. Happy Friday. Today, I'm taking the girls down to the pond for a swim. How's it feel? Y'all liking that? It would be so nice if the horses would come swim with us. It may be too early for them, but not too early for Trixie and Christmas. I'm real happy with the amount of growth we have on this pasture. Come on, girls. I don't know what they're doing. So I know there's still lots of weedy stuff mixed in with all the grass, but that's okay. You have to get the roots to keep the soil in place for our erosion issues. Now, it would be nice if it was all just a really beautiful grass, but we're not quite that fortunate. Not yet. Come on, Trixie, I'll go with you, sweetie. I'll swim with you, come on. Maybe if I go in, the girls will come in as well. Come on, girls. I would love if the horses would come over. Come on, Rita. Come swim with me, baby. I am being a little bit cautious because everyone knows I saw that snake not too long ago. Now, that particular snake is no longer with us. But don't think about it for a minute. If there's that one, oh my goodness gracious, we're all going for a swim. Chrissy, come on, sweetie. Come on and swim to me, sweetie. Come on, Stella, you've never swam. Hi, I got you, sweetie, I got you. Come on, girls. Everyone come swim with Daddy. Christmas, are you drowned? She's like, I can't hold myself up forever. I'm holding Christmas. I'm holding, oh my gosh, I'm holding Trixie up. Trixie's fine. Christmas is like, hey, help. Stella, come get in the water with us. Stella has never swam. Everyone else will. Christmas loves it. All right, Trixie, go. Trixie's starting to scratch me. Go, sweetie. Come on, Fiona. You're so hot, baby. Come on in. Let's walk towards the horses. Now, I know they can't come into the water from there because there's rocks. You can't see the rocks, but there's a nice 4 or 5 foot of heavy rock, that bull rock on that side of the bank, and that keeps the erosion. And in case you can't see, this is kind of cute, but Bucky's is over inside one of the barn stalls, whereas both Rita and Stormy are out over here along the side, messing around. How come no one will swim with me? I feel like such a loser. I feel like such a loser. You're making me fucking loser, Stella. I know you can't hear a darn word I'm saying. Stella, I feel like a loser by myself in the water. Have y'all ever found yourself alone at anywhere? Seriously, have you ever found yourself alone and feel a little bit out of place because like no one will join you? Oh, what is Stella looking at? Stella! She's like, where are you? Stella, I'm over here. Sweetie, Stella. Oh, gosh. Come on, Stella. Come on, sweetie. It's okay, Stella. You can do it, baby. No, she ain't going to do it. And they're just going to stare at me like, okay. Enough is enough, Dad. We've cooled off. We're ready to go. Well, great. I'm alone. Well, I'm not completely alone. Look, there is a little head that's bobbing up out of the water right there. That would be a turtle. That's a turtle head. That's not a snake. I'm fine. I'm fine. I've been watching Jake and Lissa, that's my nephew, Shirtless Jake, and they've been on a little bit of a property hunt. And I know how difficult that decision was to make. Especially, you know, we've lived there our entire lives. And all the Morrows have kind of all, you know, lived around each other for the, you know, well, this property, you guys know, goes back to the Civil War. It's been in the family name, and it's kind of been passed down from father to son ever since. So making that decision to move off the hill, to move away, is not an easy one to make. But I also understand the fact that when your home and your property continually flood, you have that development across the street that's ever growing. And I'm just going to tell you, there's no end in sight. The infrastructure of our small town was never equipped for more than the few hundred people who live there. And even though they've come in and they've made a development that has over 70,000 people, and that's the number of people who've actually registered with the census. Imagine how many actually live there who are unregistered or undocumented. So crime has never been more rampant. No one has insurance. Hit and run accidents happen all the time. Traffic congestion. I'm not going to sit here and tell you all of the horrible things about what's going on in Plum Grove, but I will say that I completely understand why Jake and Lissa would choose not to live there. Because the things that's happening now are not the things that were happening, you know, while my grandparents were alive or through most of my parents' life. And so times change, development, some call it progress, but development has changed so many things. And then you might say, well, as long as that's happening on the other side of the road, your side should be fine. Well, no, not necessarily, because don't forget, it's because of the development across the street that has put all the flooding onto our side of the road. They've built up and taken away all those natural watersheds, and they've diverted that water from the neighborhood down their canals onto our side of the road. And then if you're going to sit there and scream, well, yeah, there should be lawsuits, guys. We already tried that route. Jamie and I tried that route, and you saw how that ended for us. It turned the entire county against us. We were the bad guys. We were the squeaky wheels who did not get oil. Instead, it made for a total disaster. It's all about money, and it's all about politics. And at some point, you might say, well, you should stand up and fight. No, guys, that might be great for some people, but at some point you have to realize that there's just not a lot you can do. Most of the old timers from Plum Grove moved out right after Harvey. They up and sold their properties because they lost their homes. And so there weren't many voices to be heard. It is sad, and it's hard on Jake. I know it's hard, but I feel bad that for the people who don't understand the flooding concerns, nobody, listen, I'm going to give you an example real fast. Let me just give you a quick example. Check this out. If you take your dog and give that dog a bath several times a week, fleas who would like to live on that dog find him or her as a very inhospitable host, right? And that's the best way to rid your dog of fleas, is to constantly groom that dog, to pet, brush, bathe. And you can do more to help your dog stay free from all of those parasites and those small insects. And so ultimately what I'm trying to say is, if your home is your host, but it's constantly being flooded, you're having to move your animals to higher ground, you're having to worry about your home being destroyed, all the work and money you put into your home, Guys, at some point you realize that, hey, this is not a good place for me. And that's what's going on there in Plum Grove. It's the same decision that Aunt Joanne has made. Well, that's why she's put all her property up for sale. The same thing that Ellie and Megan are going to have to at some point think about. The same thing Jamie and I. The same thing that Sister Tina. And eventually the same thing that Dan and Lou, Brianne and Laramie are all going to have to decide. Now, my mom and dad are older. They're already in their mid to late 70s. So they're going nowhere. And I understand that. But you can't blame someone else for making a family decision for their own well-being, their mental well-being. You can't live like that. I have encouraged Ellie and Megan to stop investing money in fencing. Instead, save it. I says, just save it. And because you never know. Don't forget that Ellie and Megan's home came that far from being flooded. That was the water line right below their house in the last May floods. And so another 3 or 4 inches, it would have put water into their home. And so, and listen, that was from a no-named storm. Just rains, heavy rains. You can't live that way. Well, friends, I don't really think today's video had much of a theme. Kind of all over the place. Calling up the littles, taking the dogs for a swim, and talking about life on Morrow Hill and how difficult it's becoming. But I will say this, Jake has not reached out and asked for advice, and I'm not going to offer him any. I will say one thing, and this is so important. I hope he thinks about internet, because the places that he's looking look to be off the beaten path. And I know when you move off the beaten path, you have to deal with, well, a limited resources and services. There, we got someone to love on. I was hoping someone would come love me. Hi, sweetie. I was hoping to get some loving from somebody this morning. No one wants to love on Daddy. Well, Stella will love. But, yeah, internet. You guys know that our lifestyle with making videos depends on having good internet. Jake, who likes to go live every day, really needs internet. And Facebook, who's encouraging more live videos and less recorded videos, you better have access to really good internet. And don't say satellite internet, Lester. Satellite's available everywhere. Oh, no, it's not. Trust me. That's what we have over at the JL. And even we have a better phone service for internet than we do with our satellite internet. Flies are pretty bad this morning. I'm going to go ahead and let Jamie know so that she can come out and spray. She's on work calls right now. Friends, thank y'all for watching. We're blessed to have you. We love you so much. And we will catch you guys on the next video.
Don't let your troubles fester. Come watch Longhorn Lester.
Yeah, something like that.